Yo, what's up guys, Boss here, and I'm back from the YouTube video. As you guys know, new season just started, new arena, new loading screen. They all look really cool in my opinion. Probably my favorite arena in a really long time. And we're going to be using 2.6 to play some early season ladder. I'm about top 3,000 right now. Nothing crazy because obviously season just started, so I've barely touched ladder. I usually play GCs first week of the season to learn what's meta and the balance changes, etc. So what I love about 2.6, I'm sure this is why a lot of you guys like 2.6 as well, is it's pretty free to play friendly, one legendary in the whole deck, and then the rest are just commons and rares, which is really nice. And also, even though 2.6 has had its up and downs, you know, with the balance changes and just the meta shifting, it's still pretty viable, and there's some players who have success with it even on the top, like Yursen usually finishes top 200 with 2.6, and then there's this player named Yasin, a Japanese 2.6 player. I'm pretty sure he finished top 100 last season with 2.6, so that's what we're going to be doing today. Next video, I might test out the new balance changed cards. There's this really toxic deck here with Skeleton Barrel and Goblin Hut. If you guys haven't played yet, Goblin Hut and Skeleton Barrel, really strong now and annoying, so I'm surely going to make a video on that, but today we're going to use a little bit more of a, you know, skillful deck, 2.6, so let's just go ahead and go into the first game. Obviously, I'm not perfect with 2.6, but I feel like this is a great deck to play, so you, like, learn interactions, fast cycle. That's why it's just really good to play, and it's just really nice because you kind of have the ability to beat most things with it. So, I don't entirely know why, but this guy decides to start the game off with a Lumberjack Balloon at the bridge, so he's going to be using a Loon Cycle deck. Loon Cycle isn't that bad. I mean, I know your only air counters are obviously Musketeer, Ice Spirit, and Fireball. Well, you also have Cannon to pull balloons, so you have enough air counters, but it's definitely easier to beat than a Lava Hound deck, because Lava Hound, you know, they have more of a tank, whereas Lumberjack, pretty easy to just pull away with Ice Golems and distract with Skeletons and stuff. We do need to watch out here for his Inferno Drag. I'm not entirely sure how I want to get rid of it. I probably, if he doesn't support it, I could just go for an Ice Spirit to kite it a little bit, and then that should be able to be enough, unless he, like, freezes or something, but I kind of doubt he would freeze there. I don't even know if he has a freeze, so really didn't have to worry too much there. We're just going to cycle our Ice Golem in the back, go for a Musketeer, and see what he wants to do. It looks like he's going to go opposite lane with his Balloon as well as the Lumberjack, so we're going to need to Fireball the Balloon, because we actually messed up the cannon. Luckily the balloon didn't get another drop. I thought it for sure was going to. So yeah, small mistake on my end there. The cannon should have actually been one tile higher, because that would have probably pulled the balloon over. I don't really know why I did that. As I said, 2.6 is definitely a really difficult deck to use in my opinion. Like, as I said, I'm not perfect with it. I definitely make mistakes with it too sometimes, but a balloon pool shouldn't be something I mess up. It's pretty easy of a pool. I just had to play it one tile higher, I think. So really nice Fireball arrows on his end there. They get the Inferno Drag to the tower, but because he spent so much elixir, I'm pretty sure he's not going to have enough to defend this here. In fact, I'm going to go for a Fireball. It might seem a little aggressive, but I, if possible, want to just take his tower here, because as I said, he was really aggressive, so it was a good opportunity for us to kind of take out his tower. And now, guys, we go for the high cannon here, which definitely pulls the balloon. So we did it correct this time. I'm going to Fireball it because I don't really want that balloon to get death damage. I mean, obviously he does have arrows, which can just take out our tower, but I really don't want him to get it easily. I want him to have to spend elixir to take it out, which is ideal. So I guess we'll just set up for defense here on the right, because we know he's just obviously going to arrow the left lane. There's no doubt about that. So let's go Skeletons here, because I guess keeping our Ice Golem alive is a bit more valuable than the Skeletons dying. So we're just going to go for a log here. I guess we could go Ice Golem in the pocket, which will kind of like distract the King Tower, and because he had to use a lot of elixir on the arrows to take out our tower, we were able to get quite a lot of damage with our Hog in, which was really nice. We're going to go for a Ice Spirit that's going to freeze everything there, and then we can go for just an Ice Golem for cleanup. So I don't know, this match isn't going, I guess, the best, because usually with 2.6 you want to keep it a one tower game, but this definitely isn't as bad as if we were going to be versing, like, the really annoying matchups where if it's like a two tower game are probably like Lava Hound, Sparky, and Golem can be really obnoxious if it's a two tower game, whereas I feel like something like this might not be as bad, but we kind of have yet to see. So we're going to see here what he He's not going to go for a balloon in the pocket. I was really expecting him to do that. And Hog is going to do a nice job of kiting everything there. He's going to get some damage on our tower, but it really wasn't anything too serious, which is good. Nice fireball there. It shouldn't kill the Musketeer. So I don't know if he's going to arrow this or what, but we could go for Ice Spirit here. Maybe that freezes the Inferno Drag. No, it looks like it went for the Valkyrie. And we're just kind of being patient here, waiting for a good opportunity for us to go in, like now, because he just went super aggressive with the fireball arrows, so we can fireball the Lumberjack. Hog gets one hit. It almost got a second. We're going to go for a high cannon. We're not making mistakes with the cannon again, which is really, really solid, like we did at the very beginning of the game. We're going to go for a Hog here. We're going to go log. I don't think he's going to play a Goblin Gang, but... Oh, he did! He played it into the log. And Hog gets 2 hits. That's going to be GG. So we really did a nice job there of coming back, even though we made that cannon mistake at the beginning. You saw it didn't really affect us too much. If the balloon ended up getting 2 hits on my tower instead of 1, do you remember how it only got 1 hit? We got really lucky there. But yeah, I kind of adjusted myself, and we ended up getting the win. That's like what's great about 2.6. I feel like, especially for people like me who aren't the best with it. Like, I know a lot of interactions, but cards like the cannon and stuff definitely need a lot of work on. So now I know that I need to just be playing the cannons 1 tile higher, and I just fixed my mistake, and then I was fine for the rest of the game. So we'll go for the next game here, and see what our starting hand is. Like I said, I always like making the first move with 2.6, so we can just freely cycle a log here. This is probably one of the worst starting hands. I feel like the ideal starting play is Hog at the bridge, Ice Spirit at the bridge, Skeletons in the back, or, well, yeah, those are probably like the best ones. Ice Golem 2's fine, but I think the best is... Okay, so looks like he's got a mini Pekka and a Hog, so I don't know what this is yet, but my assumption would be that he probably has... I don't think the Mini Pekka, yeah, Mini Pekka wouldn't have even killed the Musketeer, but it's better to be safe than sorry. I feel like using 1 elixir to potentially kill or protect a Musketeer that was going to die is for sure worth it. So he just had to spend 4 elixir on killing that Musketeer, so we're going to go for a Hog here. He does a Mini Pekka back in cycle, but because he just had to spend so much, I'm, you know, fine pressuring with the Hog there. I'm just going to go Musketeer. Skeletons here. We're going to make sure we're switching the skeleton placement up every time, so then this way if he has a small spell he isn't able to predict them. So maybe like next time I play them higher or I play them over there, it really depends. We'll vlog ready. Looks like he messed up the Ice Golem timing, so he's forced to drop something else to take care of that Musketeer. So we're going to go for an Ice Golem. Hopefully we don't mess up the timing. It looks like though he goes for a Hog, and because the Musketeer was behind, I wasn't really comfortable playing my cannon right there. Well, I had to make sure I had a tank down for it, because if the Musketeer locked on the cannon, that wouldn't have been good at all. So I think I'm going to Ice Golem here, and I think this is a good time to go for a Hog Rider. He's going to Mini Pekka it, but with the Ice Golem in front, it's surely going to... I was going to say get a hit, but I guess since he spent a rocket on it, that's fine too. And now knowing that he has rocket and not like EQ or something like that, I feel like this is looking like a pretty decent matchup for us, because, you know, if I'm being honest, I feel like rocket isn't too valuable for him in this matchup, unless of course we decide to play it's unfortunate that the Musketeers canceled each other out. I was hoping ours would live there, but that wasn't the case, unfortunately. So yeah, I was going to say, we just have to make sure we're not playing... wow, lots of fireball value. Oh my gosh, guys, look at that fireball value. I was about to say lots of fireball value, and then he just gave us more. So we're going to make sure we're spacing stuff out here to make the rocket harder for him. I'm actually going to go for a Hog all the way over here, so in this way it's going to be harder for him to rocket. Skeletons to distract the Mini Pekka. Wait, I don't know what just happened there. The Mini Pekka was like stuck hitting something. Maybe it was hitting the Hog. I really don't know what happened there. That was very weird. We're going to go Musketeer, Ice Golem, and he doesn't have rocket and cycle, so let's go for a Hog Rider right away. We're going to go log. I think he has Mini Pekka back in rotation, so yeah, there he goes for the Mini Pekka there. And the Hog should definitely get a connection on his tower. It does. Doesn't get a second. It was really close, though. We're going to make sure we're playing Musketeers, as I said, with him. Interesting Musketeer. Just wanted to play the cannon a little bit lower to make sure the Musketeer wasn't going to hit it. But I'm surprised he's going for really aggressive Musketeers, but he's doing that to, you know, make sure I have to play my cannon somewhere else instead of the spot I would normally like to, because obviously that's not where I would like to play the cannon, but because he's doing a really nice job of, like, trying to predict the cannon, I have to make sure that I'm, like, spacing out my placements. Hog gets one hit there, so we still have a significant lead, but obviously we got to watch out, especially in triple elixir for the rocket cycles. So we'll go for another Musketeer here. He's going to log to push back the, looks like he mistimed the Ice Golem again. Really nice fireball there, good value for us. We're hitting the Musketeer, obviously chipping the tower, which is what we want to do. Log clips the Musketeer and gets chip on the tower. We're going to go for an Ice Spirit here. Unfortunately, it dies to the log. The purpose of it was to... Oh, wow. I'm surprised he played a rocket on that. I was really expecting him to go for Mini Pekka, but I guess that kind of works too, because it doesn't really matter at this point if we waste a fireball, especially since it's triple elixir. And in this case, I'm actually going to send in a fireball again. He's going opposite lane. He's kind of, I guess, going in for kind of like a last desperation push, because really at this point, I feel like there isn't a whole awful lot he can do. And going same lane for him obviously wasn't working out. So we're going to go log skeletons here and just Ice Golem. And this is looking like GG. We might even be able to take his tower before... before the overtime, just because our cycle's a little bit quicker than his since he has rocket, and also because triple elixir we can cycle so fast. So we just need a log here, go for a fireball, and that's gonna be GG. Another nice win there versus kind of a similar deck, but obviously he does have rocket and Mini Pekka, which I would say does give us the edge, because we do have a lot of answers for his Mini Pekka, such as like skeletons, like Ice Golem even, and even Cannon does pretty solid versus it. So that's going to put us, you know, we're top 2,000 now, 1,600 about, not bad. We can go claim our reward here on the Battle Pass, and then go into the next match, see what we get here. Really, the only thing I'm looking right now for is the Royal Delivery. So we're going to strike this, see if we can get it. And it looks like we don't get the Royal Delivery. That's the only card I don't have maxed out. So we're going to try to see if we can hit at least 5,900. I think that would be a good goal for this video. So we found a game here versus Special. We're just going to go ahead and cycle Skeletons in the back. As I said, Skeletons in the back, really nice starting play. And he's going to go for the Goblin Hut, excuse me. So as I said, Goblin Hut, it's, I feel like, really annoying now. It spawns three Spear Goblins when it dies. And I feel like it's a pretty good answer to the Hog Rider. We're going to go Hog, though, because it doesn't pull the... oh my gosh, guys. So it looks like he has NATO, Goblin Hut, Dark Prince. So he's going to have so many answers to our Hog Rider. Fireball should... Yes, barely stops the balloon. That was really, really close. I was kind of worried to play my cannon there because he had the Dark Prince up, obviously, and I felt like the Dark Prince would have just destroyed it. So we're going to go for a Hog Rider here. He's probably going to have to respond with a Goblin Hut or... Oh my gosh, guys. So he has so many answers to our Hog. He has Barbarians, he has the Goblin Hut, and he has the Tornado. So this is surely going to be really difficult, but we'll try our best here. We're going to go for a Ice Golem, the Kite. I don't know, could I actually activate King off of the Dark Prince? Probably not. Yeah, I don't think I could, especially since it's all the way over there. So I think instead we're just going to Ice Spirit, go for Skeletons, and then I guess... actually, let's just Fireball the Goblin Hut and get chip on the tower, but... Oh my gosh, guys, as I said, this is not going to be easy. I think what we should do is log, because that kills the remaining Spear Goblins, and I'm pretty sure that should definitely die to the log by the time it gets there. Yeah, nice. That was really solid. So, looks like he has an Executioner too. So yeah, very bizarre deck on this guy's end. We now know the whole thing. I'm pretty sure there might have been only like one card he hasn't used yet. I'm not really sure. But yeah, we're gonna go for a cannon. Hopefully able to take care of that. Looks like we need to Fireball the balloon, which is a bit unfortunate. So we had to spend quite a lot of elixir there on defense, but that's pretty important because I feel like we can't really afford to take a balloon hit. We're going to go Ice Golem here and see what he wants to do. He might drop like Barbarians. Yeah, I had a feeling he was going to do that. So I guess we'll cycle another Musketeer in the back and just go for Ice Spirit. Definitely good log opportunity here. If I'm not mistaken, that Executioner should go into the Fireball radius. Yeah, it does. What? He dropped Balloon in the back. I don't really know about that Balloon, like if that was a good... Like, if that was even a good balloon, I really am not sure. Very interesting. Like, I personally don't think cycling balloons in the back is a really good play, but I guess that's what he decided to do. Looks like we don't get a single hog hit here because he has the tornado, of course, which is really nice and easy for him to stop the... Oh my gosh, guys. It looks like we messed up the cannon. Oh, but even if we did, I think we still lost because, as you saw, the Ice Spirit still wasn't able to finish off the balloon. Oh my gosh, guys. What a crazy deck. I'm sure you guys are used to versing decks like this. That was just crazy. Not really sure how we could have broken through. He had the Goblin Hut. He had the Barbarians. He had the Tornado. Obviously, this guy probably doesn't like versing Hog decks. And, of course, with the Goblin Hunt getting that buff it recently did, spawning 3 Spear Goblins now, even more annoying to break through. So, obviously, messed up the cannon placement at the end, but I feel like even if I didn't do that, I don't really know how we would have broken through at the end, especially with us not getting a lot of damage in single elixir. Would have been quite difficult to make that comeback in double and triple. When you're running 2.6, you really have to try to win in singles, so maybe there were a couple things I could have done differently, but I mean, that was just kind of a crazy deck. We're gonna log here. This guy might be using 2.9, so in my opinion, 2.9 pretty even matchup. I think there's a looks like he probably isn't then. I always just assume when they have archers that it is gonna be 2.9, but obviously it could be something else. So he's going to have a mini Pekka, and Hog ends up getting 1 hit because he didn't play the mini Pekka in time. And we're going to go for an Ice Golem here, and we're going to play the cannon down here because the mini Pekka would have... I felt like it would have probably taken out the cannon. And we know that now that he has EQ, so we're going to go for a Hog Rider. I'm being a little aggressive here because he didn't have a mini Pekka in rotation, and also he was quite aggressive. He went for a Hog and EQ, which is committing 7 elixir, but he did a nice job there stopping that Hog Rider. And since he has the Inferno, I guess that's fine, because what that means is we can use our Fireball and other things on that. And because he's EQ, the key for this matchup is going to be getting a lot of value with our Musketeers, cycling them in the back. So even though things aren't looking the best right now, I'm really not too worried, because I feel like we have a high chance of making a comeback now knowing that he has EQ, because I feel like you really have to shift the way you play the matchup when you're versus EQ. It just means you're going to be using a lot more Musketeers because you know they're going to have a hard time killing them. And he's going to give us... I'm not sure that's going to hit the Ice Golem. Looks like it doesn't, but wow. Looks like he messed up the mini Pekka there. Dies to... Yeah, I'm actually going to be a little aggressive right here because our Musketeer's still alive. And Ice Spirit was a good play too because that forced a snowball out of him. So even though we didn't get much damage there, that forced a ton of elixir out of him that he obviously didn't want to have to play. I mean, Inferno's 5 elixir, and then the snowball, so that makes it 7, and we just played a Hog and Ice Spirit, so less elixir spent for us there. Looks like he's just going to go for a Hog. We're going to go for a cannon, messing it up again, but I guess we kind of both made a mistake there. I don't really know why he went for an EQ, to be honest. I don't really think the EQ got much value on his end because he just, like, played it on the skeletons. That's about it. I'm going to try to go really aggressive here and see if... oh, wow, yeah, it looks like we are going to force an Inferno out of him. And then he also plays a mini Pekka, so a lot of elixir spent on his end. And we're going to go for an Ice Golem here. And then once 2 waves of EQ hit, you can feel free to use your skeletons because then they don't die to it anymore. Looks like we had the drop delay glitch and our Ice Golem didn't spawn. That was a bit unlucky because if we had had an Ice Golem go in front of that Hog Rider, we probably would have had a higher chance of possibly getting a Hog hit, especially if I played a Fireball. I don't know if that drop delay glitch happens to you guys where the card goes back in your hand, but it's been happening to me quite a lot recently. And I'm not really sure why, but hopefully it doesn't keep happening or it eventually stops, because like, it can be kind of frustrating sometimes. We're just trying our best to make a comeback here. I'm going to go Hog again, because this is going to force either... Yeah, I was going to say an Inferno, because he didn't have mini Pekka in rotation, and he had his Snowball before he was even back to it, so this is really good. We're kind of making him have to spend a lot of Elixir on defense, and the fact that we were able to fend that Hog with just a cannon was really good for us as well. So let's just try here to keep making sure we're keeping the pressure up. Let's actually go for a cannon to snipe the Musketeer. Might not be a bad idea, since it's a 3-for-4 trade, and he EQ'd it too, and I'm pretty sure he didn't even hit the tower with the EQ, so I don't really know what he was doing there. Does he EQ the tower with the Hog this time? Looks like he doesn't. He doesn't even go for an EQ. This might be our chance now to break through, since we have 2 Musketeers down. Did he mess up the Inferno? No, looks like he didn't. I thought maybe it was a bit too low, but looks like he played it well. Goes for the EQ, nicely played on his part. This is kind of our last chance here of making a push happen. Now, our Fireball log does do more damage than his EQ, so we might actually... Oh my gosh, guys, the Fireball and the Hog Rider pushing it back, doesn't get a single hit on our tower, and that's going to be a good game. Jeez. I don't know if I deserve that one. I mean, we played it really, really well at the end, but did you see how many cannon mistakes we made throughout the duration of this video? Guys, I'm not gonna lie, you probably noticed this too. Several mistakes with the cannon. That was pretty much the only thing. Besides that, I felt like I played the matches quite well. How many did we play? We played, yeah, 4 games here. So we pushed up overall, got to about 1,500, and I think we started with top 1,000. So 3 out of 4 games, not bad, especially since I'm obviously not the best with 2.6. And I mean, our only loss was to that deck, so actually not too shabby at all, because I really don't know how we break through Barbarians, Tornado, and the Goblin Hut. That was definitely a tough one to break through, but we ended up making a good comeback versus Hog EQ. Another Hog Rocket deck and Moon Cycle. It's not bad at all. Make sure to like the video if you guys enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. And let me know if you guys would like to see more 2.6 early season or even middle of the season. Like if you guys want another one of these videos in about a week or 2, I could probably do it. It's just like last week of the season. It's very, very hard to use 2.6 when you're playing like top 200 ladder and you're taking it really seriously, because, you know, as you guys know, I'm pretty well, I made several mistakes with the cannon. Like, I guess I don't know all the interactions with it and like where to play it to pull things, because I'm used to playing things like I play a lot more bomb tower and stuff like that, so definitely a lot of learning I need to do. So it's good when I use 2.6, because I feel like I'm learning interactions with, well, mostly the cannon, because I almost never use that. But yeah, thanks again, until next time, guys.